Oh, okay, so you are in this one, or at least I got the right replay. So next replay, guys, you can all guess the rank of this one. There's the names. We got a Blizzard Wizard and a Dunk Master, and also a CRL Season 1 champion. So there's some clues for you. CRL, that's like what? Champ 2 or something, right? Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I think it's like high Grand Champ or mid Grand Champ or something. I don't know. Okay, so we are going for the boost on the correct side and cheating with our teammates. Our teammates cheating, rather. This isn't a bad kickoff. Nice little takeoff here. Flip reset would have been better than what we just did because, well, there's a couple of options here. One of them is to, try and go for the backboard and then the double touch, but with this much boost and this close to the ceiling, we're never going to hit that. So flip reset was really the only play that made sense because otherwise we're just going to lose control. And the other team have the ball, and we have 0 boost. So yeah, looked good to start with, but then we just lost the ball and did nothing. Okay, so we didn't go for the back corner boost. We're staying closer to the play. That's usually a good sign that you're willing to do that, so I actually like that. Even though it looked like the back corner boost was there, you can never know if that's actually there or if it's just a replay bug. Even if it was there, I'm totally fine with this line of play. So yeah, first man forward, definitely a lot of upside to playing this ball, even though it's a bit risky. I think it's worth the risk in that play, of course. This is very poor shot selection though. Very, very poor shot selection. Based on what I've seen so far, I would expect this shot to get saved 1,000 times out of 1,000. Like, no matter how accurately we shoot this on goal in this position, it should be saved every single time. And not only that, the other team will probably have possession after making the save almost every single time. So shooting this ball is definitely a mistake. We need to try and play more of a sustained pressure option. We've got one teammate there who just flew into the ball and missed. So whatever center ball we do go for, if we do try and center it, is going to be most likely too risky for our third man to move up on. The only way that we can make a passing play work is the infield pass. It was maybe an option. I don't know if it was possible, though. This ball's really close to the wall, so even if we just drive forward, it's probably going to bounce forward. I mean, the best thing to do here would be to get the ball to go straight sideways into the middle, because their goalie just turned around and they don't have anybody immediately ready to intercept an infield pass. But if that's not available, then we're not getting a goal out of this. Who are we again? Are we this guy? Yeah. Gorgon9, thanks to the Prime sub, by the way. I think I forgot about that. But I do appreciate it. Small pop to yourself. Try to play it to yourself. Just anything that... I mean, I'd rather like give you good ideas rather than tell you exactly what you could have done in this position. In lower rank replays, you'll often find me telling people exactly what to do, because I think when you're lower rank, you need like very clear ideas like this. But higher rank players, which by the way, guys, I don't know what rank this is, but based on what I've seen so far, I'd assume that this is pretty mid Grand Champ or 1700 or something ish, 18, who knows. I think ideas are probably the better thing to give you, and it's more about control. Try and not give the other team the ball is the play here, and I'm sure you can come up with a few ideas. The other guy almost beamed this really hard. Oh my days, what are they doing? They're trying to prove me wrong for saying this was a high Grand Champ game. They just literally both missed the ball. How do they miss? I mean, one of them missing, okay, but both of them missing? Oh, he just boosted for no reason. That's why. Because he has like plenty boost, then he's like, yeah, I've got too much boost. Let me just drive forward and remove, what is that, 26 boost for absolutely no reason. Flums, what's going on, man? We have 100 boosts. How do we miss this? Oh, for goodness sake. Those backboard reads rain terror. I mean, this isn't even a backboard read. It's just a ball that's moving slowly through the air. There's nothing to read here. No, there is no reading. You just hit the ball. This isn't a read. Just don't miss, lol. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. You think he meant to flip? He ended up in a really, really like silly position. That's why he missed this. Like he just ended up underneath the ball in the middle of the box. Like this position doesn't make sense. Everybody loves going to this useless position where you just sit in the middle of the box and the ball goes over your head and you can't see anything and you can't play the ball. So you just kind of watch what happens. Now we're in a good position here. That was nice. Good little in the goal spot to be in. Oh. That could have been a good chance. I mean, if Chewy hits literally any touch on the ball here, maybe we're scoring because the Synthex guy just jumped. So yeah, any touch on that from Chewy is a goal for us. But we haven't overcommitted for it. Definitely a bit risky though. Like, you know, this touch is pretty good. The downside to this is that we jumped, which really made our recovery significantly worse. Like if we can just not jump to hit this ball into up the wall, that would be 10 times better. Because this jump, like we just lost all of our momentum and we landed the wrong way. So now we have to accelerate again to try and go for the ball, and we get beaten to it. So it was a good touch, except for the fact that our recovery was really bad. And now our team has got scored on. How did this happen? Chewy's afraid of a corner ball. Like, this isn't a ball that you need to like really dive at, you know? The only reason to dive into the corner like this is if you think a shot is coming that your goalie's not going to be able to handle. Most likely whatever we do here, if we flip, is not going to make contact with the ball. All it's going to do is take us out the game and leave our keeper alone. Yeah, this guy's just off his goal line, so he has to commit to this shot because he's not able to save it because he's not in goal like he should be. Like if this dude here just goes into the goal in this position instead of driving here, now we don't have to commit. Like, you have options. If we're just on the other side of the goal line here, in the corner, in the corner of the goal, I mean near post, then we don't have to go for this. You can, like, if this ball bounces across near us, we can go, but if it doesn't, we can just shot stop. We could just get ready for a save. Which is, you know, going to be tough from this kind of range, but it is possible. You can definitely save a lot of shots from there if we're not diving in, if we're just kind of here. You know, it's doable. Obviously, if this guy absolutely slams it top corner, you're pretty screwed, but, you know, you're probably a favorite to save this the majority of the time if you just go in goal. Just something it's worth thinking about, you know. What could have been. I like to encourage people to stay in goal more because I don't think they do it enough in general. Nice play in the back corner here. At 50-50 here is great. We didn't get one. Yeah, we got bumped there, which is a bit unfortunate. If we didn't, maybe we could have played for a 50-50 with this guy coming in. We might have still been able to get one. We did slow down here. We didn't boost into this. The reason I'm saying a 50-50 in this position is really good is because they already have one guy out of the game on the back wall. And if you can 50-50 the ball with this guy as well, it's going to like have a really good chance to just fly into their half. And then you're essentially, your two teammates are in a 2v1. So yeah, great place to 50-50. Back corner 50s are really strong. You went for one just too slow. I wasn't sure if you went for one because like you said, you stopped boosting. I was curious. I thought maybe you weren't trying to do it if you stopped boosting like that. Okay, not a huge fan of you know, these kind of challenges too often. This is a weird one because it's one of those things, like wall challenges like this are actually better to do further up the field than back here. The reason is that if you do a wall challenge further up the field, like let's say that this ball is actually barely leaving the corner and you challenge it, then your recovery is going to be much faster because like after your wall challenge, you don't have to fly all the way over here to the wall and then get back to the play, which is actually further away from you. You land pretty much immediately and you're straight back into the play. So it's an interesting thing to note with this type of challenge. Like the further up the field you are, the more viable it is and the faster your recovery is going to be. If you're all the way back here at the halfway line and you jump off the wall to challenge, your recovery is going to be really slow. We're out of the game for a good while here. Now, this does leave us in a good position to demo people in the recovery. So, again, I just want to like present it to you as an idea to think about. But yeah, don't be as afraid to do this kind of thing way up in the corner compared to on the halfway line like we did there, where our recovery is actually worse. As first man, you do have the luxury of being able to... Wait, how do we not get the boost here? Huh? Did we miss? Did you miss the boost? It didn't look like a miss. I thought that would be a grab. That's pretty brutal if you missed this. I guess you just missed it. Wow. Oh, we missed that by the smallest margin. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Oh, another wave dash is failing us. Oh, this is risky. This is very risky. So, we're the second man. I said earlier, first man forward, you have the luxury of being able to go for a few more risky plays because you've got two men backing you up. But this time we don't. We have one man backing us up. And I would not at all recommend doing what you're about to do because, well, there's a few reasons. Firstly, like I just said, you don't have two people backing you up. You only have one. Number two, we are flying off into just completely open air. So if we don't hit this ball hard and clean, we're floating back to the ground like this. Like, this is taking forever. We're just like so irrelevant for ages in this play. If you're flying more towards a wall, then it would be better. You know what I mean? Rather than just straight into the open air like this, where your recovery's looking like this. It's better to fly towards a wall, of course. But yeah, thirdly, we didn't really have enough boost to make that viable. Yeah, we definitely don't reach that ball. You know, that kind of open air aerial needs to really have max boost or close to max if it's going to be possible for us to both reach the ball and then have enough boost to recover with quickly. You know, it also wasn't the scariest play. I think you can afford to let that ball go over your head. Your teammate's probably going to handle it just fine. Like, okay, I'm going to go back to this one more time because I do think it is interesting and really relevant because this kind of thing happens a lot in 3v3. So there's one really common like strategy, and it's an accurate strategy in 3v3, and that is that pretty much all aerial plays, with the rise of flip resets and air dribbles being so common, you need to attack aerial plays early if it looks like the other player who's aerialing has control of the ball. But in this position, instead of us attacking the ball with 60 boost, we could actually be the player who backs off and our teammate could be the one who attacks it, because we weren't in a position that can't defend the goal here. Like this, when the opponent does this, when he drives up the wall, if we turn around right now and make a beeline for our goal, we're going to be there well before the ball is. We're going to be in position to intercept passes, clear any ball that lands in that area. So we can actually defend the goal from where we are, even though we're miles away from the goal. And our teammate is in a better position to challenge what's about to happen. Where is he? There he is. Because he's actually further back, and he's got a bit more of a side-on angle to it, where you can make an intercepting touch instead of just a let's fly up in the air and hope that we get contact. Yes, definitely a good position to switch in. We're going to go forward again to where we were. Yeah, role swapping is pretty important in that spot. Don't fly for nothing. Well, we weren't really flying for nothing there. It just wasn't, like, the right play in that position. There were lots of reasons, actually, why it wasn't a good idea. Okay, oh my goodness. Well, bit fortunate that worked. But credit to you, it barely got a touch. Big goal, thanks to the 16-month prime, by the way. Welcome back. Really appreciate that. And the other team are really playing, I was about to say they're playing risky. Now we are as well. There needs to be a clear distinction between what you do as a second man in a position and what you do as a first man in a position. You're definitely too aggressive as second man, in my opinion, when the other team have the ball. Like, when your team have the ball, then great, you could be an aggressive second man. When your teammate in front of you is trying to center or pass and you're the second man in that play, absolutely, you know, go for it. But the other team don't have the ball here, so like we need to play a lot more conservatively. I think the only plays that are good in this position are like trying to demo that guy's Synthex. That's a really good play actually. Going for the demo here is huge. Faking a challenge here is also pretty good. If the boost was there, we could fake a challenge, steal the boost maybe, but that would be a bit too out of the game for my liking. I think the best play here is just the demo, to be honest. Because you're recovering so much faster if you go for a demo there than if you go for the ball, dodge, and then land really badly like we did on the wall. You know, it doesn't look like it had too much of an impact, but actually the trickle-down effects that we've been scored on. You know, our teammate took himself out of the game by just throwing himself at the ball. We've thrown ourselves at the ball, now we're at the game. And now the counterattack's coming, and we've like not recovered yet. We're still recovering, still haven't recovered. Still recovering, and now we're too slow, we're not there, and the other team score. And it all goes back to us not recovering fast enough in the last attacking play. That was the real problem. So we're going for boost on the right side again. Nice rotation setup from the kickoff. Bit of a whiff by the teammate there. Nice little boost steal to make sure the other team don't get it, but we're too slow. And also, it looks like there may have been a misplay on the other side of the field as well. Nice little demo there by the other team. How did Chewy end up in this spot though? What's he doing over here? Kickoff. Okay, boost, steal. Doesn't pay attention to where the other man and the other team is and just gets sideswiped. It's definitely a big misplay there. Got to pay attention to where the other players are. And yeah, now that's left it's left our friend CBK completely alone in the play. And yeah, you're pretty rough spot there. Aggression not as calculated as it should be. Okay, we definitely had options in this play that didn't involve giving the ball to the other team on the back wall. I would have liked to see a controlling touch here. There's so much space to work with in this play. Like taking a first touch is almost definitely a good idea. The second best play I think would be to pass the ball to your teammate who's already down the line. The third best option would be to boom it, and that's what we've done. Because yeah, most likely the other team are going to handle this no problem. They were all backing off already, so the boomer's not going to catch anybody off guard. Now if you looked up in front of you and you see that the other team are all facing you, driving forward, leaving their goal line area open, that they're all turning the wrong way, then yeah, maybe the boomer's great. But when, you know, you've got this guy Pal driving back already, they already have Synthex way back in the corner, what's the point in booming, you know? You're not catching either of them off guard. They're already moving back, which is a counter to what you're doing. Yeah, you've got to go for the pass or the dribble here. CBKRL, thanks to the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the stream. 1 second, guys. Okay. Twitch chat froze. Okay, let's do this again. Don't really mind this. This is nice. Overall. Go for the boost steal, then we realize that a play is available. Not sure, did you try and play that straight off the ceiling or did you try and hit it off the back wall? What was the goal here? Going off the ceiling would have been interesting. Some decent passing by the other team. Definitely the risk, or the problem that you guys keep running into is that your second man keeps on taking himself way out of the game and then the rest of the third man is isolated. Where on earth is this guy going with 5 boost? It's a tutorial on how to miss every single small boost pad, I guess. Yeah, definitely way too aggressive in the second man. Straight up to fall straight down. Yeah, I thought so, and that's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good shot. There, yeah, there's a good position to shoot in. So let's look at the differences between this hard hit and the one earlier. The hard hit we saw earlier, there was people already getting into position to intercept it, but this one there isn't. So if we hit the back wall here, the goalie is already in the goal, so he's not going to get that. So that's really good, actually. He's already kind of awkwardly positioned himself in the back post corner. If he was in the near post corner already, it would have been an easy save, but he was a bit slow to get back. Hey, Logan to go 14, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Right, 90 seconds left. Let's see if we can make something happen in the corner. Let's see what Chewy had in mind here. Yeah, just went for the 50-50. Not usually going to get much done there, but yeah, it's not much you can do if the other team are going for the ball. Man, they don't like defending their back wall very much, do they? Open. Not open. Small boost pads, guys. There's a nice little look, by the way, because the last replay that we were talking about was, what do you call it? Plenty of aerials that were taken off too fast. This one, see that little brake check before we take off? Makes the aerial a lot easier. It's much easier, like I said in the last replay review, to manipulate your speed on the ground than it is in the air.
Clearly not RLCS caliber lol.
Yeah, tell me about it, Gusfan 322. After all he's achieved, I think people would definitely go the other way on that one now. Thanks to the 5-month Prime, man. I appreciate it. Okay, this is... Oof. This is pretty poor. Going for a flicking play. I mean... there's definitely upside to the flick play here because that guy's got a lot of space behind him for us to exploit, but if you're gonna go for a flick play, you gotta hit it. Now Chewy goes on the wall for some reason. That ball's about to bounce off the wall. What are we doing in the wall? Stay on the ground and it's much easier. I think sometimes people just get like drawn in to the wall area. Like the ball's moving towards the wall, so you think, I'm going to move towards the wall as well. Then they drive on the wall, then the ball bounces off the wall, and the player's like, wait a minute, I can't bounce off the wall because I'm a car. Oh no. Yeah, we turned off the goal line, so we're not really doing much here either. There's no way we're saving this from this side of the goal. No momentum to challenge. Probably just better to turn inside the goal and give ourselves half a chance, you know? Bamboozled again, indeed. Johnny analysis on Jesse gameplay. I would just be like applauding the entire time because Jesse plays perfectly. Okay, we didn't really have enough boost here. Bit of a misread. Oh, not the best save, but that one is. Sure, he redeems himself. Very poor clear initially, but very nice afterwards. Looks like we're pretty stuck in defense here. This touch doesn't make any sense at all because, you know, by kind of just smacking the ball into the corner, we are just giving it to this guy so he can put it back in 2 times harder. Better option would be just force a 50-50 in the back corner. This is better. A bit more of a hard clear. Unluckily, we get bumped though, and our wave dash gets denied by the landing. Right, Chewy, what's going on, mate? Flipping forward for no reason. Now we're in no man's land. That is a autopilot flip, if I've ever seen one. It looks like this guy's charging up a big hit, and we're just like, yeah, let's advance. Oh no! And then we just end up doing a nothing touch when we could have actually let the ball roll through to this dude. Okay, right here. Is that scary? No, it's not scary at all. Let it bounce through to your goalkeeper and he can smash the living daylights out of that ball. Instead of doing that touch and giving the possession away. Lots of giveaways of possession at the end of this game. Oh, this is risky. Oh, this is risky. Everybody's panicking. Right, early challenge is necessary. There it is. So Tree did a good job there, getting in the face of the aerialing player quickly. Everybody's driving around in the corner. Challenge fast. We have to go fast here. Fastest challenge here possible here is ideal because the more time we give this guy to dribble, the more likely it is that his flick is going to be devastating. Yeah, the fastest challenge there is ideal. Oh, Chewy with another good save. Look at the difference here. Chewy actually in the goal and he makes a much better save. It's almost as if being inside the goal makes goalkeeping easier. Would you look at that? He's in the goal, saves the shot. Hey, Brother Bean 94, thanks for the tier 3 sub, man. I appreciate that. I'm going to add you to the list of tier 3 subs right now. So I don't want to forget about that. What rank is this? We're going to guess in a minute. So I always skip to the end of overtimes in case it's like a 50-minute overtime. Wow. It's a 2-second overtime. We didn't have to skip to the end at all. What? Oh no. Don't tell me somebody missed the kickoff. Oh my goodness, the other team are going to let that go in. They've let that go in. Oh man. Oh no. Well, that's embarrassing. Synthix, where are you going, buddy? Where are you going, mate? Go to your goal. Oh, where's he going? He was just so autopilot. He's boosted a good bit away from the goal there before realizing that he should probably turn around. This is what you call a quick way to lose the game right here. This trail of shame in the complete wrong direction. Because the goal is actually that way, not that way. And that is where you need to be because the ball is flying there. Wow. He's in chat. Well, that's unfortunate or fortunate depending on how you look at it. Unfortunate because it happened. Fortunate because now you can learn from it. Basic mistakes. Well, yeah, in a way it is. It is definitely a basic mistake because one thing that lower ranked players will always struggle with is identifying threats and like moving back accordingly. Now here, this shot was kind of obscured. The shooter rather was kind of obscured, but as a player is going into the back left corner, you can assume that, you know, if you look up and this is what you see, then the other team probably sent someone to the back left corner as well. So you should know that this shot is coming at this point by the information that you know that you can't see. The fact that you can't see where their other player is means he has to be behind the play, which means he's about to shoot. So, you know, we could have come to that conclusion instantly. But in general, you know, if you're going to go for a corner boost on a kickoff like this and the ball doesn't immediately like play out in your direction, the best place to go is like 99% of the time is to cross over into a more like useful position. Because if it goes that way like this, the other team are going to get it. They're going to get it. So people are guessing 1700. I think that's a good guess. I would probably go with that. What do you guys think this rank is?
Have you ever checked out the Rocket Soccer Confederation? If not, you should.
1600s. Lots of 1600s actually. I would probably give it maybe a 17. Because I think this is NA. I mean, it sounds like I'm talking trash, but if this was EU, I would probably guess 1600 because I think this kind of like lobby, that these kind of risky plays would get punished by French players and Middle Eastern players in EU server. But since it's NA, I'm gonna go 1700. What is it, CBK? You get away with this kind of thing in the NA server a bit more. Everyone in this lobby 17 plus. All right, I'll take it. We're on point today. We're on point with the guesses. 1700s includes 1750, so I'll take that as a win. Paintball, thanks for the 22-month tier 1. Really appreciate it, man. I checked out the Rocket Soccer Confederation. If not, you should. What is that? Tell me about it. That's Dank. Thank you for the 16-month of Prime. Welcome back to you. How should you go about sending me the replay? So just get your replay file like this. So you get whatever replay you want to send me, and you go to your replays folder, and you change the name of it. So if I wanted to send this replay to somebody, which is Mile versus Omar, I would change the name of it to anything, and then it will appear in the top of your replays folder in Rocket League. If you're a Steam player, of course. When you go to your for your demos folder, the one that you most recently changed the name of will be at the top when you sort by most recently modified. And then you just find me on my Discord and DM the replay to me from your replays folder. Not from this, obviously. You can't send anything from here, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Thank you for the command. Just follow the instructions in that command that Mark Fromu sent. Mark Fromu, you sent your replay. Fantastic. Okay.
Hey Johnny, keep up the hard work. Would love to see more crew battles in the future. Maybe Sandrock versus Dignitas? Also I've been stuck at 1480 mmR in 2v.
Oh, stuck at 1480 mmR in 2v2 past few days. Any advice? It's all about consistency. Getting over the final hurdle to Grand Champ is all about consistency. Becomes as much of a mental game as it is a mechanical game at that point, because you're gonna inevitably get tilted and nervous in these games more so than the other ones. So just like, try to stay calm, deep breaths, be consistent, never give up. No game is unwinnable. And yeah, don't talk trash in team chat. Definitely don't talk trash in team chat if you want to rank up. You can call your teammates all kinds of names out loud, as long as you don't let it tilt you. You can say whatever you want about them because they can't hear you, but don't type it. Best review to send me, one where you think you did everything correct or one where everything goes wrong. You're usually going to learn more from losses because there are more mistakes to identify. There's, the good replays are either, replays where you think to yourself, wow, I don't know how I can beat that guy, or wow, I don't know what we could have done to beat this team. They were just way better than us. I wonder, we don't know what we can do to beat them. If you're asking yourself that kind of question, that's probably a good replay to review. If you're asking yourself a question like, I don't know what I could have done to win this because this looks just like an impossible game, then yeah, that's probably a good one as well. Replays that make you think like that.